Today we're going to be going after probably the hardest achievement in any game ever. So
All of his
let's let this
co-workers
guy
were
do a bit
gone.
of rambling.
What could it mean?
Yep.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had
Stanley
simply
isn't
missed a
doing
memo.
that actually. You see that door? Door 430? Well, it involves that door, and you need a high school understanding of mathematics, you need a bachelor's degree in English, and quite possibly you might even need to know French to get this achievement. So we're going to go up to this door, and this is where the math part comes in. We're going to need to open it, or not even open it, but try to open it 5 times. So count along with me if you're up for the challenge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so that isn't working, but we did have some other stuff planned. I already have that achievement, so there is an achievement for clicking that door 5 times, but I already got it. And there is also an achievement for turning this computer on, which you get by... I don't even know how I got it, but I think you turn off that computer and possibly the computer in here.
No matter how hard Stanley looked,
Oh, you
he
shut
couldn't
up.
find a trace of
This
his
narrator
co-workers.
I hate because he's a liar. He pretends to be your friend and then he's all mean to you when you don't listen to him. Yeah, well, that computer is supposed to have an error display on it, which I did in my last episode, and that's how you get the achievement.
When
I
Stanley
don't
came
even
to
know
a
what
set
it's
of 2
called,
open
but
doors,
we're just
he
gonna
entered the door
ignore
on
this
his left.
narrator because he likes talking a lot, and I like talking a lot more than him. So we're just gonna talk
Yet there
over
was not
him.
a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
What do you mean there's nobody here? He's being mean to me. He says that I'm a nobody. Do not I don't really care. There's nobody to enforce that board, so it's pretty much mob rule at this point. We're going up here,
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs
and I'm
to
just
his
gonna let this
boss's
guy
office.
talk because, well, I've interrupted him every other chance. And the boss wasn't here, surprisingly, but I forget the
Stepping
door
into his manager's
combination.
office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life.
Tell me the code,
Shocked,
you blithering
unraveled,
bastard.
Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What
Oh my
dark
god,
secret
probably
was
that
being
guy in
held
the
from
awesome
him?
suit. Stop
What he
talking.
could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number.
Something like that.
2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't
Maybe I'm
possibly have
dyslexic,
met yet
because I entered
incredibly, by simply pushing
5482.
random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct
This guy
code
seems to
by
love
sheer
talking
luck.
about
Amazing.
nonsense.
He stepped
can
into the
relate to
newly
him.
opened.
We got
Stanley walked straight ahead through the
every
large door
other
that
ending
read
except
Mind
for
Control Facility.
2, I'm pretty sure. Why is there a camera here? You'd think that if somebody made it this far, it would be a little too late to stop them. There was a sign out there that said Mind Control Facility. You'd think they would catch on to what this room is, so that camera's a little pointless, I think.
From this very
So
place.
this time
And
we're
as
just
the
going to
cold
go for
reality
the
of his
boring
past
ending,
began
which
to
is
sink in,
we simply
Stanley
hit the
decided
off
that this
button.
machinery...
I can't see. I'm blind in the game as well as real life now.
blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over?
I don't know. You're the narrator. You should know.
Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command.
Oh, I can move.
Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his
Dude, you're
co-workers
starting
gone?
to kind of
How
bum
had he
me out.
been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight
what
streamed
happened
into
to
the
the door?
chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking,
It
but
was freedom.
happiness.
Oh,
Perhaps his goal
the
had
pursuit
not
of
been to
happiness, like
understand,
that Smithy Will
but to
show.
let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know.
Don't mind
It
me
was
just
perhaps
standing here. I'm
the
just
only
waiting for my
thing
thumbnail,
worth
man.
knowing. Stanley stepped
Wait.
through the open door.
Is that a barn?
Stanley felt the cool
This game is
breeze
super
upon his
pretty
skin.
when you're
The
not
feeling of
stuck in an
liberation,
office.
the
Also,
immense
how did Stanley
possibility
get
of the
into
new
that
path
office without
before him.
realizing that
This
something
was exactly the
up?
way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Okay, but that's the ending that you're supposed to get if you're not an incredibly difficult person like me.
Flew up through the clouds at night, was born to fight. Mythical, so mystical, think what you like.